Well, Chris Popper, I'm joined by Martha Searchfield, who is the Executive Director of the Bar Harbor Chamber of Commerce, and you are also on the Parking Task Force.
Yes, the Town of Bar Harbor Parking Solutions Task Force.
Okay, so today we're talking about about parking in Bar Harbor. Coming up at the municipal election, there is a line item to allow the town to spend how much?
A little over $400,000 to purchase parking meters and parking kiosks.
Okay. No garage.
No garage.
No year-round parking meters.
No year-round parking meters.
Okay. If the vote passes, this does not go into effect until May of 2018.
Spring of 2018.
Spring of 2018.
I don't have the exact time.
Okay. So not this year.
Not this year.
So all of a sudden we can expect kiosks and parking meters to invade Bar Harbor if there's a positive vote.
It will not happen this year.
Okay.
It's because we have to purchase them, the timeline, the equipment, everything to install them. So no, it's not going to happen in 2017.
And again, there's no master plan, there's no devious plan. You don't have a parking garage in your back pocket or anything like that.
No.
Okay, so
this is simply the recommendation from the Parking Solutions Task Force, the first step in solving our parking problems.
Okay. And like every town, I mean, and it's not unique to Bar Harbor. I mean, Bangor has it. There is a parking problem in the downtowns, and it's exacerbated in Bar Harbor during the summer months with everybody coming to visit. And let's point out that this is not an impact of the cruise ships.
No,
no. So they're not related. This is simply people driving.
Thankfully, they do not bring
correct.
cars.
It's not a giant ferry that they right. Okay.
No.
So this is just that they are driving, visiting the island, and you know it's just like anyone. There's a finite number of parking spaces.
Yes. On any island, there's a finite amount of room.
Right. Okay, and it's not unique to an island. I mean, it's city and anything.
Yes, and we also have a national park on this
Okay.
island, so it's even
All right.
less.
So a couple things. If you are a Bar Harbor resident, how does this impact you?
If you are a Bar Harbor resident and you have a car that is registered, you will be receiving a parking permit, a residential parking permit for free that will allow you to park in the downtown area on any side street that already allows parking. So if you say you live in Hulls Cove and you're coming into downtown,
You want to go shopping.
and you want to go shopping or you want to go to breakfast at Jordan's,
Okay.
you will have a residential permit that will allow you to park on, I believe the nearest street to Jordan's would be Roberts Avenue.
Okay.
You could park on Roberts Avenue and you would have to walk to breakfast at Jordan's, so less than a block.
If there was a parking meter, or a meter on Cottage Street, could you park there without paying with your residential permit, or you would go onto one of the side streets?
If you wanted to park for free,
Yes.
you would have to go onto one of the side streets.
Okay.
If you were lucky enough to find an open parking space in front of Jordan's, then you would you could pay.
Okay. So the paying of this, and these are temporary parking meters,
Yes.
so that they're going to go in from a finite day till like Columbus Day type thing.
In the recommendations,
Yeah.
it's May to October.
Okay.
It's not May specific date, October specific date, because I think they're going to...
That'll still be worked out a little bit.
Whether, there's other things that come into play.
Okay.
When the town will put them in and take them out.
All right.
But they're designed to be put in, and then they will be taken out for the winter and stored at the Public Works.
Okay, so they're not going to, as we were talking, they're not going to be a bag put over
No,
them.
no.
And these are solar operated,
Solar powered, yes.
and they will accept credit cards, coins.
Coins, credit cards, Apple Pay, Google Pay.
Yep.
They're very high tech. They communicate wirelessly with handheld devices that the police and parking police will have. and that to generate information and so that we know what's going on in the downtown.
Okay.
To be able to get reports, for instance, on every single parking space, how often it turns over, how long people stay, what are there more popular areas, less popular areas. We'll be able to gather a lot of data from these parking meters that will certainly help us going forward in developing the next phase of the parking solution for Bar Harbor.
In terms of cost to park downtown, what is that roughly going to run?
There's going to be the core area will probably be a little more expensive, probably $2 an hour, and then a little bit farther out will be $1.50 an hour. In the kiosks, they'll be longer term. In the parking lots and all the municipal parking lots,
okay, and there are
kiosks.
And there are 8 municipal parking lots.
Yes.
Okay, so for example, we're talking by the ball field, by the town dock. Those are considered the municipal parking lots.
Yes.
Okay.
On Cottage Street, there's 2. One next to the town building, one that's referred to as a casino lot. There's the lot behind the police department. That's a municipal lot. There's some. Yeah. So they're in different places in town.
Okay. And so then you would get a key, go to the kiosk, pay for your, they would say you're in parking space 35, and you would pay for that and then put like a little ticket in your car, or how would that work?
Yep, exactly.
Okay.
Like we've all seen at this point kiosks in many other places.
Municipalities, sure.
Where you just program in your amount of time.
Okay. So how does enforcement work?
In the revenue collected from the parking meters and from the kiosks, there will be a parking fund will be created, and in the budget for that is additional staff to take care of parking.
So there will be people going out and ticketing cars in the event that they overstay their allotted time.
Yes, and they will have a handheld device that is able to track all the meters, all the kiosks.
Okay.
And they will know what's going on in each area of town, so it will save. There will no longer be the one person walking around with chalking.
Okay. How do people pay, so there's going to be enforcement. Mm-hmm. What are the fines that are proposed?
Well, the fine has already been set. It's in the current land use ordinance, I believe, at $20.
Okay.
That's for your first ticket. I think that's what currently your ticket is here. The task force has proposed that if a repeat offender, if there's a second ticket, the ticket would go up to $50. If there's a third ticket, it would go to $70. That will also help with on the collection end, being able to get a collection agency to help collect tickets.
Where will people pay their tickets?
Town municipal office.
So they'll have to come to the municipal office, and then somebody will be designated.
Which is exactly the same now.
Okay.
If you get a ticket, you come to the finance department here and pay your ticket.
And you pay your ticket. All right. So there's nothing new there.
Nothing new there.
All right.
Some of the budget from the parking fund will go to covering the additional staff time, so that it's not all of this program is designed and the revenues collected in the budget to not put any burden onto taxpayers.
Okay, and that was my next question. So the $400,000, the initial outlay, that is expected to be paid back to the to the town, or the town will earn enough income from parking and fees to cover that $400,000 in how long?
The town has projected that they could earn enough to cover it in 1 year, but because they're generally conservative, they're spreading it over 2.
So they expect that in 2 years it'll be revenue neutral.
Yes.
And at that point then they will be then having a surplus going into the parking fund.
Yes, they anticipate a surplus of approximately $500,000 a year.
Wow. That
could be used for other things in town, such as sidewalk improvements, such as lighting. There is a plan that has been proposed. It's not too far along in the process yet. It's called the Cottage Street Improvement Project, and it you know, it's about beautifying Cottage Street and beautifying other parts of the town, and maybe burying some lines and landscaping, more trees, more green space, all of that. Money collected from this parking program could be used to help offset the costs of all of those things, so that again it doesn't hit the taxpayers.
So for everyone who has always wanted a rooms tax to help alleviate the Bar Harbor town budget, this is kind of a way to help the town budget.
This absolutely is a local options tax, is what it is. It's a local, without being run by the state of Maine.
Yeah.
It's a local options tax. It's asking us, a small town of 5,200 people, to ask the million-plus visitors who come here, can you give us a few dollars to take care of our streets and our sidewalks and our lights in our town?
When you look at it that way, it's not onerous.
No.
Okay. So let's go back to a resident. So you're going to get one free parking permit for every vehicle that you own.
That's registered.
That's registered.
It has to be legally registered car.
All right. So a jalopy that you just kind of the old kicker that just comes out and is driven around. You're not going to get a free permit for that.
It does have to be
street legal,
yes,
and you have to pay the excise tax to the town of Bar Harbor.
Yes.
Okay. What if you're from Southwest Harbor and you come over to the big city?
Well, if you're from Southwest Harbor and you work in Bar Harbor,
okay,
because we do have a lot of people who come in and work, they will have an employee permit.
Oh, okay. So how does that work?
It costs $30 for the season, for the whole year, and it also allows them to park on all the residential streets in the downtown area. So the idea is that we will be taking back our residential streets from visitors and giving it back to residents and employees only.
Okay.
And there'll be signage at the top of the streets that say permit parking only, and those permits will be resident or employee.
Okay. So if you're from New York, you're not going to be able to park on ledge lawn.
Not without a permit.
Without a permit. Okay. And that is from basically sometime in May to sometime in October.
Yeah.
Okay.
Seasonal parking.
Okay. And again, 2018 at the earliest.
2018.
Okay. What have I missed?
That I think this is a great first step for the town of Bar Harbor. Since 2002, I believe there has been 4 parking studies done that have all come to the same conclusion, that we don't have enough parking. We need to be collecting revenue from tourists to invest in our own town.
Okay. The vote is
June 6th.
June 6th.
Town meeting on the budget.
And again, the question is to allow the town to spend $400,000 on parking meters and kiosks.
Yep.
All right.
And it's very important for the citizens to choose to come out and vote. That's very important. And also to choose to invest in our own infrastructure, to ask tourists to invest in us.
Okay. Thank you very much.
All right. Thank you.